My name is Ethan, and I've always believed that humor reveals more truth than people realize. My wife, Claire, is one of those people who loves being the center of attention. Charming, confident, always with a witty remark ready. Most of the time, I admired that about her. But one evening, at a dinner with her friends, that same humor turned into something I didn't expect. We were at a restaurant celebrating the promotion of one of her college friends, Mark. It was a fancy place, the kind where laughter echoes softly and wine glasses clink in rhythm. I didn't know most of the people there, but I was happy to be part of it for her. Everything was fine until someone at the table mentioned old relationships. A woman across from Claire laughed and said, "Remember back in college when everyone was obsessed with Ryan?" Ryan, her ex. My stomach tightened a bit, but I stayed quiet. Claire laughed and said, "Oh, Ryan? He was fun, until he got too serious. Honestly, I think Ethan's the safe version of him." The table erupted in laughter, but for me, the world went quiet. The safe version. It echoed in my head like a slap I didn't see coming. I smiled faintly, pretending not to care, but inside, something twisted. I wasn't angry because of the joke. I was hurt because of what it meant. She didn't realize how that one sentence chipped away at something fragile, respect. I looked at her as she kept laughing, completely unaware of how her words had landed. Her friends noticed my silence, and one of them asked, half joking, "What do you think, Ethan? Are you the safe one?" That's when I decided that silence wasn't the right answer this time. I set my glass down, leaned slightly forward, and said calmly, "You know, maybe I am the safe one. But safety's not a flaw. Safety means I'm the one who stayed when things got hard, the one who doesn't walk away when life stops being fun. The safe one doesn't get bored, he builds something that lasts." The laughter faded instantly. Even the waiter paused nearby, sensing the tension. Claire's smile vanished. Her eyes widened slightly, then softened as she looked at me. I didn't say it to embarrass her. I said it because sometimes people forget what they have until they're reminded. For a moment, no one spoke. Then Mark cleared his throat and said, "That's actually a great way to put it." Conversation stumbled forward after that, but the tone had shifted. Claire stayed quiet for most of the meal. On the drive home, she didn't say anything at first. The hum of the tires on the road filled the silence until she finally said, "I didn't mean it the way it sounded." I nodded. "I know you didn't. But it did sound that way." She sighed, her voice small. "I was just trying to be funny." I looked at her and said, "I know. But sometimes jokes come from truths we don't want to admit, and they can hurt more than we realize." She was quiet again, staring out the window. When we got home, I went to the kitchen to pour some water, and she followed me. "I'm sorry," she said softly. "I never should have compared you to him. That was thoughtless." I looked at her, really looked at her, and I could see she meant it. "I'm not angry," I said. "Just disappointed. Because I've spent years trying to show you that love doesn't need to be wild to be real." Her eyes filled with tears, and she whispered, "You're right. I guess I still think of who I used to be, and sometimes I use humor to hide from that." I reached for her hand. "Then maybe next time, use honesty instead. It's a better joke, and it doesn't hurt anyone." She smiled weakly, and for the first time that night, her laughter felt genuine, softer, humbler. In the days that followed, something changed between us. She became more mindful with her words, more attentive in small moments. One evening, she even joked again at dinner with friends, but this time she looked at me and said, "Ethan's not the safe one, he's the steady one." Everyone laughed, and so did I, because now the humor carried respect, not comparison. That night, after everyone left, she turned to me and said, "You taught me something that night in the restaurant. You didn't raise your voice, didn't argue, you just reminded me who you are." I smiled. Maybe that's what being safe really means, knowing your worth without needing to shout it. She nodded, kissed my hand, and whispered, "You're the best kind of safe, the kind I never want to lose." And in that quiet, I realized the comeback that silenced the room didn't come from pride or anger, it came from self-respect. Because sometimes, the loudest thing you can say is simply standing firm in who you are.